Hi everyone, welcome to Homerino Collectibles, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the Terrax Wave Marvel Legends Steve Rogers. Now this was the return of Marvel Legends back in 2012, and as I said, it's part of the Build-A-Figure Terrax series. So if we take a look at the back of the box here, as you can see, here's everyone else in the wave. And I already have a video for Thor. He was actually the first Marvel Legends review I ever did, so if you want to check him out, he'll be in the description, just like all of these other figures as soon as they're all done. And then there's the artwork on the back of the box, so this thing looks pretty cool packaging wise, so let's open it up and see what it comes with. And here is Steve Rogers himself in his S.H.I.E.L.D. Commander Steve Rogers sort of uniform there. And if we just pull him over to the side, when Bucky becomes Captain America in this costume, he he comes back, and there's a few comic books where they appear together, both in a Captain America uniform, and then he sort of officially hangs up the title of Captain America. Bucky carries on as Captain America for a while, and then Steve Rogers assumes this costume and goes about like this and leads his own team of superheroes, and I think that might have been the Secret Avengers. I'm pretty sure it was Secret Avengers anyway. So this figure's absolutely epic, but before we get into it, let's just see what else he came with. And here is the Build-A-Figure piece. As you can see, these two pegs are different, so I'm assuming that's just so that you can't get the two legs muddled up, even though it would be pretty hard to get it mixed up anyway, because you're not likely going to put the ass on the front. But anyway, there's that. And then there's this sort of skirt piece here, which just sits over it. It's a very pliable piece. So first up then, he comes with these two pistols. So if I take them off, they are exactly the same. They are identical to one another. And as you can see, they look very nice. They look to me like USB 45s with the laser attachment underneath. So lots of little detail there. As you can see, you can sort of pull the gun around if it is slightly warped, or if it's warped sideways, you can bend it to how you like it. They do have a number on the handles, but if it's in his hands, you're not going to see it anyway. Now the main problem with the weapons, and this is the one out of the two major problems that I have with the figure, is just that there's nowhere to store them. Now obviously in real life you'd have a holster on this piece, a bit like on the leg here, but it would be attached here and it would be a gun holster. He doesn't have them, he just has these straps. Now you can like sort of rest the gun in there like that, but it only works if you've got him standing straight up. And over time they might just fall out, but if you have him in any other leg position, then they can't rest against the leg, so they won't really sit in there very well. And also this is movable, so if this moves, or if you're moving him around into a different position, the guns will fall out, so it's kind of annoying that he doesn't have holsters there. And now onto the shield. So as you saw, I had it plugged into the back there. If I just take it off the hand here, you can see that you can use the hook or the peg. However, the peg sits in the hand but doesn't really hold, because of it being an open hand ready to hold the gun. So you're better off using the clip and just attaching it to his arm like so, which fits very snugly and looks very good. It is the same size as the Bucky Cap shield, and obviously Bucky is a little bit smaller than this guy, so the shield, it just really depends on how you like it. If you like a big shield with your Captain America, then you might want to choose a different one to put with this guy, but if you prefer a smaller shield in comparison to Cap himself, then this is good, because obviously this figure is a bigger figure. He's more towards 7 inches than 6, so obviously the shield is going to look smaller on him than other Captain Americas in your collection. But as you can see, it's got a very nice silver paint here, it's got a very nice metallic blue right there, and then you've just got the moulded red plastic that has the sort of little speckles in it, just like the Iron Patriot from the Iron Man 3 waves. So if we move into the white areas now, you can see that the star and all of the white stripes are painted very nicely, and they move around onto the back of the figure. Down the legs here we have nice red stripes with the white around them too. And as for all the brown pieces, there's no actual weathering or paint up on the brown plastic itself. However, you do have the nice silver on the belt buckle, and then nice silver little buckles down here on the legs. We have gloss black shoes with nice treads, and he does have peg holes. He has really nice stars on the bottom of his shoes there too. That looks pretty cool. It's a nice little touch. And then for the main colour of the suit, we have black with a very dark navy blue highlight all across it, and that carries on throughout the entire costume, and it really does make this thing pop. It reminds me very much of Venom from the Amazing Spider-Man TV series. Very cool paint up there. I'm glad they didn't go with like a super bright blue, and it is on all of the highlighted areas, so the knees, the top of the thighs, on the top of all of his muscles around his arms, on the back of his neck there. It is all in the areas where light should be, so it's not just put on in random places. It's all very nice indeed. And then if we just take a quick look at this head sculpt, as you can see, it's very awesome. The paint on the hair is done quite nicely. It's like a kind of a very light tan colour, and then it has the yellowy blonde over the top. Looks very cool. And then you have no paint app on the lips, but you have nice blue eyes there, and awesome sort of wrinkles and whatnot, and his facial expression is just epic there, but the eyes are painted really well. So as you can see, he is much taller as a size comparison compared to the Marvel Now Captain America from the Winter Soldier Infinite Series wave. This guy is actually slightly taller than the Bucky Cap. So as you can see, this guy is much taller than most Marvel Legends. Now, the other thing that I don't like about this figure, the second fault if you will, in my opinion, is within the articulation. Now, if you've seen any of my other Marvel Legends reviews, you know that I don't like these kind of hip joints, but we'll get to that in a second. I always start from the head and move down to the feet, so let's do that. So head, up, down, left and right. It's got really good movement there, really very nice. He does sort of look like he's hunched over a little bit in the neck, but it's not too bad. And then these shoulders, they come all the way up and a full 360, swivel at the bicep, double jointed arms, and then instead of a rotation at the wrist, it's sort of like a rotation like mid-arm, and then you don't get any like in and out or anything at the hands. Ab crunch, he has a decent ab crunch. And then waist movement, and obviously the belt doesn't get in the way of that. If you want to remove the belt, it is actually detachable right over here on the side. And then let's plug that back in. There we go. And then onto the legs. So it's these kind of ball, swivel, hip, T-joint things that I hate. But basically you can go forward and back, and then if you want to come out to the side, you swivel the ball and then you can get it out to the side. So this one is one of the ones that works slightly better because you don't really have to get in there and move the ball too much. It's not too tight. But this one is a little bit tighter and it's just a little bit more annoying to move. But there are some figures that are super tight that you have to literally get in there, rotate the ball before you can do anything, and they're so annoying. And it just kind of limits posability for me personally, because if we take a look at someone like this, if I want to move in a certain way, I just can. And it's just so simple to get it to move wherever I want. Whereas with this, it's just, for playability's sake, it's just a little more awkward if you were giving them to kids to play with, or even just to sit there and pose. It's just not as fun for me. But moving on with articulation anyway, we have a swivel at the thigh, we have a double jointed knee which is hindered because of the size of his thighs and the size of these leg pieces down here, and then he has no rotation in the lower part of the leg. The foot does move left and right. This is pliable plastic, so that will move, and then he has an up and down movement at the foot, which is a little bit limited, but it's not too bad. So overall I would say that this figure is really good value for money in terms of the size. He looks really cool. The paint app is done absolutely superbly. The accessories that he comes with, he's got 2 handguns and he's got his shield, so he comes with really good stuff, and obviously he comes with a Build-A-Figure piece, so your money's not going to be wasted on this guy. So I definitely recommend that you pick him up. However, if you're not looking to build Terrax, and if you already have other Captain Americas, I definitely don't think that this is the best out there, especially as now you can get this version. This is the Infinite Series movie Winter Soldier figure, and I just think it trumps it in every single way, really. If you're looking for a comic book accurate version, obviously you can go for this, but this guy is going to be much more scaled to your Marvel Legends figures, and yeah, I just think that this is a better version for me personally anyway. But this is definitely a great figure if you want him, and especially if you want to build your Terrax figure. But it's up to you in the end. But I would say if you had to choose between the two, I'd go with this guy over here. But it's completely up to you. I like them both. I've got them both, and I'm very happy that I do have them both. This guy is slightly rarer. He's pretty much the rarest out of this wave. You'd think that maybe Ghost Rider would be, but this guy is actually pretty much the rarest guy out of the wave. So if you can get him at a good price, then go for it. But if you feel like passing, I don't really think you're going to miss too much. But he is definitely a great Marvel Legends figure. So thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see the rest of the wave, the links will be in the description below. And if you want to check this video out, it'll be the next review on my channel, so subscribe to me, and then you'll be able to see this in 1 or 2 days' time. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.